This is your future. We are counting on you all to get us to that next phase of this journey.
I can't think of any time where it's been more important for us to think about civics, to think about what role do we play in a democracy in making sure that people can get through the struggles they're going to be going through. You figuring out how you can be a part of the solution and not the problem in making your own neighborhood and community better. Those are all going to be crucial to making democracy work. And that's why I'm so excited that so many of you are participating.
We hear the stories every day of all of the medical providers and the medical workers who are putting their lives on the line. And that's a big, powerful way that people are sacrificing and making sure that they're playing a part. But there are also ways big and small. I mean, people are delivering food to folks who can't get out. I mean, simple things like checking on your loved ones. Pick up the phone. Don't just text. Make sure the people that you love hear your voice.
I think there are some big parts of civic life that are absolutely vulnerable in a time where we're physically separated from one another, but also full of fear right now. One of the most important things that we've got to make sure we do in a time like this, it's not really tangible, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's psychological, is to remember there's no such thing as someone else's problem right now. You know, if a homeless shelter across town becomes a hot spot for COVID, that will eventually work its way to your neighborhood. If something falls apart in some other part of the country and you think, well, my state's all right, that eventually is going to affect us. And what is true of a pandemic is true of every other problem we face in society right now. So I think that's one danger, is that people start thinking too much just about themselves and those who are tight with them. And we got to make affirmative efforts to build bridges of knowledge and understanding and listening with people who aren't like us.
Yes, right now, it's harder for us to connect in some ways. We can't go to a meeting in a neighborhood. There's some value in seeing people face to face and not just communicating online. But the basic principles of civics, which is let me work with others to create influence on an issue that we care about based on the values that are important to us. And we'll keep on working together, trying to broaden our coalition of people who are concerned about this until eventually we have enough influence and enough power to actually change things. Well, that formula doesn't change just because we can't sit in the same room together.
In some ways, this is an incredible time and opportunity for student voice. One of the beautiful things right now is that you can connect with people just like you, your age, your level of passion, your level of commitment, who are from completely different circumstances around the country. The central question of all civics is who decides? This is one where which of the things we're going to see on the other side of the fog, the other side of this pandemic, we decide. We decide right now by how we show up for each other. We decide right now by the habits we're forming of whether we're reaching out to the elderly neighbor on the floor of our building or down the street. Those habits right now that we build will last and carry through on the other side, right? In the aftermath, it still takes a long time to put the pieces back together, but putting the pieces back together is easier if we've already been practicing building.
We love you all.
Super proud of those young people.